Okay, so the cluster create is complete. And let's check how long it took. Okay, so under 10 minutes. This is what it took for the cluster to, for the deploy of the cluster to complete. You can see here the cluster is ready for use. And obviously, what's good about CloudFormation, you can check the events, and you can check the parameters, and you can check the template. So it's beneficial. Now, this is the cluster in the EKS. So as we can see here, the cluster is new and empty. We don't have any node groups. So let's start the second pipeline for the node groups. Which is this one. Okay, while it's working, let's go over the pipeline. We're using the same pool, the same hosted agent, and we're using a different CloudFormation template. Now, again, in this pipeline, also using ephemeral agent. So technically, the AWS CLI is already configured here because we did it in a previous pipeline. But this option gives you the optionality to use ephemeral agents. And then we don't need to keep agents running all the time. You can just add here another command to start this agent and then work everything. So we can have an agent per build if we want. So I just like this optionality. That's why I do this. And we also have the AWS CloudFormation deploy, and the same with the EKS cluster. This is just different because it's a different template, and this is the NodeGroup template. So let's see the variables. So for this, I'm using the same access key. I'm using the same profile for the AWS, same region. Obviously, you need to use some things like, for example, the cluster name. You have to do it the same as this cluster name, okay, EKS cluster. Otherwise, it won't be able to connect to the cluster. And we have the node role and the node group name. This is just a random node group, and the stack name, subnet ID. So again, the stack name, if we change this, then it will deploy a new CloudFormation template. But if we keep this with the same name, and we already have a stack name with the same name, but we change, for example, the subnet ID, then it will update the node group. Okay, so this is the difference, but very simple. Let's see what's going on. Also, okay, so it's ready. Was fast. Let's see how long it took. Oh, it's still not finished, but it's ready. So under 3 minutes, and the stack is complete. And now let's check if we have node groups, and we have a node group. So, okay, it's active. This is the node group, and we have now. You don't get the nodes here because this user, the user that I'm logged in with, doesn't have a permission in the to check this cluster. If you want the user that you're using in the dashboard, then you need to add it to the config map. Okay, so it's another video, but you can do it, and then you can have all the nodes listed here. But for this, we can see that the nodes here are active desire to, and we can verify this by checking the instances. And we can see we have two node groups. Two EC2 instances in the same node group. And this is pretty much it. We're using Spot here for those instances. If you can use Spot, then use. If you cannot tolerate the Spot interruption, then use on demand. And this is pretty much, yeah, it's still waiting for the instances to be active, but that's pretty much the pipeline. So this is how you can deploy EKS cluster and node groups and in a reusable manner. So you can reuse the same files, and as you can see, it's pretty easy, and it took less than 15 minutes for the entire thing. So it's like less than 3 minutes, and the previous pipeline, so less than 15 minutes, you have cluster up and running. Okay.